Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week and answer them live. If you have a question that you would like to be answered, well, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com. If you are wondering why we started about 10 minutes early, well, it's simply because I have an event to go to after this, and I thought I'd get to an early start because we'll probably have to end around 8:30, but I still wanted to be able to answer all of your questions. If you are watching for the first time, we answer all live questions after going over the mobile news and then the questions that were emailed to me. So, without further ado, let's start and begin and go right into the mobile news. The first set of mobile news comes from the brand new Nvidia Shield tablet. Now, someone had just asked me, I believe, not last time, but two weeklies ago, if Nvidia had discontinued their tablet since they no longer saw it on their website. And it looks like Nvidia decided to give us the answer. So this is an upgrade of their old tablet, which is now going for $199, and it has the processor from last year. It's very similar actually to last year's model. However, there are a few subtle differences. So first of all, it does have the same K1 processor from last year's model. So it's not the new X1 that is on the Nvidia Shield TV. So important to note that before anyone asks, it is not the same one as that. However, you do have really nice things for it, and they kind of put down the price on it by doing a few things. First thing was taking away the stylus that originally was built into it. Now is no longer built into it, and it can be a separate purchase. So that is a separate purchase now for 20 bucks. The controller, of course, is still separate, and same with the cover. Now, overall, it does include just 4 basic apps besides the regular Google built-in apps. So it still does have the drawing apps that you could want for the original pen that's no longer coming with it. And this is all the hardware features. So we do still have a 1080p display, 16 gigs of storage, which is the only storage option that is available at this time. It does have the latest and greatest wireless connector. Oh no, actually, sorry, it does not have the best wireless connector. It does have N, so there is no AC wireless connection on here, but it is dual band. You do have Bluetooth on here. You have you have a mini HDMI built into it, so you can easily connect it to a TV. That's really nice. And of course, you have micro SD card for expandability. You also have a rear-facing and front-facing 5-megapixel camera, so both cameras are still 5 megapixels. And it does come with Android Lollipop built in, although you can assume that that will upgrade shortly to Marshmallow, as Nvidia is probably one of the best ones at updating their software right away. So let me know what you guys think. I so far think this is still probably the best tablet at that price. So if you were thinking about getting it a 8-inch, or in this case it is 8-inch, but 7 or 8-inch tablet, 200 bucks says this one is the best one for the bang for your buck. All right, in other news, we actually got the dates of when Samsung will be finally upgrading their phones to Marshmallow. Now, this starts off, of course, with the Note 5 and Edge Plus. So the Note 5 is going to be the very first model that will get it this December. So it's going to be the very first model out of all models that they carry. However, right in the next month, in January, you will get the other 3 that were released this year. So you'll get the Edge Plus, S6, and S6 Edge. If you are waiting for the Note 4 and Note Edge to get the updates, well, then you're going to be waiting until February 2016. So those will be getting it in February, and the S5 will be getting it, but it will be getting it in April. Now, there is no word on the Alpha and the Tab S2 that came out this year getting it. It looks like that'll be pushed to further down the line, so to speak, but there is no current date, it looks like, that's going out for that. Now, this was released by Samsung internally, it seems like, on November 15th. So it looks like, the Note 5 is going to be the first one to get it right out of the gate, and that is great news But more importantly, I think for people that have the S6 Edge and the S6, they will be getting in January. The reason why I say more importantly is because the Note 5 still runs very smooth, even though it has Lollipop. But Marshmallow really fixes a lot of the issues, and although the Note 5 and Edge Plus aren't really affected by the RAM issue, the S6 and S6 Edge definitely are. So yes, it will be a huge update, thankfully, when that comes out. So I think we're all waiting for it, and it will be hitting us starting December. Speaking of updates, not all updates are good news. Unfortunately, LG has discontinued, or at least are holding off on any more sales of their LG Urbane second edition, which is the LTE edition. Apparently, this had so many issues at AT&T that they just took it right off after only about a week and a half of being in stock. So it just really was just not even a full launch. I mean, very short time. And it's really kind of curious of why this is. LG's been very scarce with any details on it. But this is disappointing simply because one of the main reasons why I completely love the Galaxy, or sorry, the Gear S2 is simply for the fact that it really is not only one of the best battery lives out there, but of course it does have an 4G model, not LTE, but apparently that might have been the issue. I mean, it could have definitely been that LTE is just not meant for a watch at this point, and really you don't need data speeds that quickly, in my opinion. So I think maybe LG should select HSPA Plus to make it a just easier experience, and with not having such a big watch. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think this was more of an Android Wear problem or more of an LTE problem on a smartwatch? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Samsung did do an update on their new bright cell technology. For those of you who don't know, the bright cell was what I talked about being on the new 20 megapixel camera that will be on the S7 next year. Now, they discussed this further in depth with their investors, and what we got was that the bright cell will essentially just be able to capture darkness a lot better so that it can brighten it up. And this is really the difference. The regular RGB matrix would only cover this, whereas Bright Cell would be able to get a much, much better exposure. Now I'm really curious to see how well this can do and how much noise this will bring. But if you look at these two pictures and you imagine neither one with flash, that is very impressive. Will this actually be the results? Well, we'll have to wait till we get them in studio to find out. Really nice. The other thing is that the size of this will allow for a smaller millimeter, which means that the phone itself will not have as big of a hump as the 2015 models did. A lot of people complained, from the iPhone to Galaxies to just a lot of different phones out there. We're getting these camera humps now, and with this new technology, it looks like Samsung will be able to have a less bulkier phone on the camera hump. And the last bit of news, I just had to go over this because I thought this was so interesting. Pepsi has made a phone. Yep, that Pepsi. I guess Steve Jobs didn't have to say you can only either make water or sugar water or change the world, because apparently Pepsi can do both. That's a CEO reference back in the day for Steve Jobs, if you didn't get that. So yeah, Pepsi has made a phone, the P1, and the P1 has a 5.5-inch screen, 1080p display, coming with an octa-core processor for MediaTek, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, and 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel cameras respectively. But yes, this is the Pepsi phone. What do you guys think about Pepsi, or like maybe even Coke, making a phone? Quite frankly, I think it's a really interesting idea. I just don't see why they would get into this. I've heard of diversifying your business, but is is this really needed? I don't think so. Again, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below about Pepsi being in the technology business. And to be fair, this isn't their first one, but it is their biggest one they've ever made. So yeah, I didn't even know that they had made other phones. I had to research that. So I was really, really interested to find out that Pepsi actually has been in the electronics game apparently for a little bit longer than I, quite frankly, would have expected. All right, let's get to the questions that were emailed to me during the week. Again, if you have a question that you would like to ask, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com and make sure your subject is question. We get a lot of emails every week, so I always try to take a few, though, to answer them. However, the surefire way to always get your question answered is just asking it live. So if you have a question, leave it in the comment section down below, and we'll get to it before the end of this broadcast. All right, let's get to the first one from Jay Nelson. Jay Nelson asks, "What do you think about the LG V10? I have a Note 4, and I am up for an upgrade. In January of 2017. That's not January 2016, 2017. So that's important to note. He doesn't like the Note 5 because no SD and battery and change battery. So I was hoping the V10 would be good enough for a phone where I can get it then 1 year later and keep it for 2 years. What do you think?" Okay, so basically, yeah, you're asking me, and you're on Verizon, so you're asking me about this. So here's the thing. I don't know if you know this, but most likely by the next year, you will not be able to get a 2-year contract for Verizon. They're kind of stopping that as it stands right now. So they're slowly stopping it, but basically all new customers cannot get a 2-year contract as of now from Verizon. If you're a continuing customer, you currently can, but I doubt that a year from now that will still be available. So keep that in mind first. But you're asking me if the V10 will be good enough a year from now. That is very hard to say for multiple reasons. One, we'll have Android Marshmallow on there by then, right? So we'll definitely have an update to it, which will improve its speed, although the V10 doesn't need much improvement on the speed. It should help the battery life as well, which could be better on the V10 compared to other phones of its size. So it will help that as well. The camera quality is great though already. So the thing is will it be good enough a year from now? It's really hard to compare that though, because you're asking me to compare phones that aren't out yet, because LG could have a V11 by then, or a V12. Maybe they'll skip a number and make it more like a car again. So they'll have the V12 engine out there, or V12 phone, basically, the 2 for the second part. And that might be a worlds better and well worth the $100 difference that those two phones would probably be at that point. Not to mention, you said you don't want the Note 5, right? Because it doesn't have battery and SD card. What if the Note 6 has those two things? Then would it be worth keeping a Samsung? Or would the LG still be far superior because of new technology they've now made? Those are questions I can't answer yet because I don't know what these will have. But if the Note 6 had an SD card and removable battery, would that then change your mind? That's a question that's really interesting and one that I can't personally answer for you. So these are questions that are really that could change the answer that would be suitable for you. And for that reason, I just don't know if I can really answer this question. I will say that LG V10 currently is on the top 5 phones of 2015. I am getting that list together as we speak. So we will have all that done. But that is something that I would have to let you know now. Yes, currently, as of right now, at the end of 2015, the V10 is probably on the no, it is. It is on the top 5 phones of 2015. So make no mistake about it, it's a great phone. Is it worth being the best phone though? That's a question I can't answer. That would be up to you. So yes, that would it really. There's so many different things. I mean, we could have a flux of a bunch of different big screen phones that maybe let go of certain things, and then they perform certain other things better than the V10 next year. I mean, there's just so many possibilities. So for that reason, I can't completely answer the question, but I will let you know that the V10 is on the top 5 phones of 2015. All right. Michael Powell asked about he's had the Note 5 for about a couple of days now and started acting strange. He's opening web pages and that he didn't log into, and sometimes it tells them to download a program, Antivirus 360. And then a couple of times it didn't work. Help. Okay, so what you have, Mike, is you have adware on your phone. Adware comes from an app that you downloaded from the Google Play Store or most likely from elsewhere. So, how to get rid of this is two simple things, and you can test it and see if it is what I'm talking about. So there's lots of adware apps to get rid of these things. It is a diverging. It's trying to trick you basically by telling you get antivirus 360. It's not an actual virus app that's telling you antivirus app that's telling you get. It's just trying to sell you stuff by you clicking on ads and then getting revenue every time you accidentally click the ad or purposely click because you're trying to get it off your screen. So there is a few different ways you can get rid of it. Um, One, you can download like any generic I mean, if you type in antivirus on, so let me just show you. If you type in antivirus on, the Google Play Store, you get a lot of them. As you can see, there is just a lot. Personally, I hate antiviruses on Android. I know some people like them, but I just rather get a ad blocker remover. However, if you do want to, I think 360 is probably one of the best ones. You can get Lookout if you really want. But any of these that you get, I would honestly remove after cleaning up your virus scan. And I'll explain why. But basically, if you just type in malware remover, it's more of an adware that you're trying to get rid of. So you can again go for this one right here. And basically, what it's going to do is it's going to tell you, hey, this app is the one that's popping up and telling you you have a virus and everything like that. So you can either ignore it or uninstall it, and that's essentially what you're trying to do. Is you're trying to get rid of these apps that are fake on your phone or that are on your phone, but they're actually giving you bad stuff. And it can't harm you in any way. It's just an ad generator. So there was one that I really liked though, and I think it was Airpush. Yes. So these were probably my favorites. Airpush Detector and the new Airpush Detector. These two are the ones I recommend most. And again, the whole idea is that it scans your phone and it tells you, hey, this app is putting a bunch of ads on your front screen. And these are the different types. Sometimes it's the entire screen. Sometimes it's an icon. Sometimes it's on your notification panel. And these are the different types, and they just launch websites automatically. Again, if you click on them, that's what's happening to you. I researched the website that it's sending you to, and it is just this. So again, it'll tell you which one it is, and then you remove that. Now, sometimes it could be like MP3 player downloader, something like that could have this annoying thing, and if it does, then obviously go to the Play Store, rate it a 1 star, say why it's so horrible, and that way other people won't download it. But yeah, that's what it is. It can be like an MP3 player downloader. It can be a fake antivirus. It could be all these things. They're not harming your phone in any way. So I want to clarify that they're not a virus. All they are is adware so that they can get money. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. It's not bad for you. It's not taking any of your information. It's just pop-ups that give them money if you click on them accidentally. All right. So hopefully that did help. Do you know where I can find a Samsung Gear S? This is from Sean Ryan. For some reason, you were on the chat last week. It didn't post. So where can you find a Gear S? If I'm not mistaken, actually, it was on. Um, there were some really good discounts on them this week, and I think it was one of them was actually eBay. So let me see if I can get to it for you. I think it was under the technology deals, and I think one of them was hmm, yeah, right here. What's this? Okay, so here was the Gear S. The Gear S, the Sprint connected version actually, and this one was going for 169. I think they had a Verizon version too, although I can't find it right now. But these had a couple of good ones on their tech deals that they have going on for this week. So they have had a couple of those. Um, but yeah, that's one place that you can find them. They even have the new Gear S2 for cheaper than normally is. Normally is 349, so they have it cheaper there too. You can see the Gear S2 around there too. So you do have a couple of different ones from there, but I think I saw it somewhere else too. Just see. And it looks like it's out of Target. Target had it on sale for 169, but it looks like it's out on their website at least now. I'd be surprised. Can you not find it on Amazon anymore? I'm not even sure. So you can still find it, to be honest, on Amazon, and so you can still find it on Amazon for 199. I think that's the best price Amazon's giving you right now. You can get used ones for cheaper, or you can even get international ones for 329, not used, and then used for 189. But yeah, so those are a couple different places. I don't think pretty much any stores will have it though anymore, or if they do, they'll be kind of like at their end. Like I have seen some Targets have it in stock still, although they just started receiving the Gear S2, so who knows if a lot of them won't send it back. All right, let's get to all the questions you guys are starting to ask. And again, feel free to ask any questions. We'll go for the next 15 minutes. Again, I'm trying to leave a little bit early today just because I have something to get to at 9:30, so I got to change, get ready for it. So we'll start all the questions now. Ask any questions you want, and we'll get to them. Uh, Dave asked, I always do want Coke on my phone. Yeah, I want a Coca-Cola phone, man. That would be great. That red and white Coke. No, I don't know. Oh wow, yeah. Um, Kronos, hey, what's up, Kronos? What I think of Pepsi making a phone? I saw the Amazon Fire tablet for $35 last week. That's where Pepsi's at. Dang, Kronos, that is messed up. That is messed up. Yeah. Look? There is so many great deals on lots of mobile stuff. I did post this on Facebook, but if you want to check out an amazing app for all of these great deals that's going to be happening this week for all your electronics, download Slick Deals. SlickDeals.net is the website I use every day, and I use their app every day. I mean, I pull this up all the time, and it's updating at least 5 times daily right now because every time it gets a really good deal, it posts on there. So, for instance, sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not trying to sneeze on camera. The Surface Pro 4 type cover with fingerprint scanner, so the more expensive version, is going for 139 right now. The Gear S2 is going for 212 right now. 212. Wow, that is really inexpensive. And where's that's on Macy's.com. So Macy's is on sale right now for 249 instead of 299. So that's $50 off. Then you get an additional 15% off if you use their coupon code that they have available for right now. That's huge. And I mean, that's just great. So that's an example right there of what you couldn't, of something that you wouldn't have known normally. JBL Flip for $76, a 5 terabyte hard drive for 120. These are all deals that are posted on there right now. Again, it's a great app, one that I definitely use every day. It has games, mobile, all your kid stuff that you could want. It just has a lot of stuff, and again, it's just a really great website. So that's what I'm looking at right now, and you can see just a lot of great deals. So for all your Black Friday needs, I would say download this app. I think it'll be great for you. So yeah, really great. I didn't even know about Amazon going for $35 last week. That is insanely inexpensive. I knew it was already $50 for the normal price, and I thought already that was really cheap. So for 35, that's really impressive. I know because my fiance was getting one for her niece. She just got the kids tablet for $85 or 84.99, and that was on Slick Deals yesterday. So she just ended up getting that one instead of $100. She paid 85 for it, free shipping and all that. All right, let's see what other questions are up. Is LG coming out with their own pay system? Yes, it's going to be called, I believe, GPay. GPay is coming out from LG, and it's most likely coming out next month in Korea. Here's the funny thing about it: no one cares. This will crash and burn. LG is not big enough to have their own payment system. And really, what I think they should have focused on was being able to have hardware tokenization on their phones. Because if I use Android Pay, it is nowhere as secure as Samsung Pay or as Apple Pay. Android Pay cannot be hardware based because it has to work across all Androids. So you can't do hardware tokenization because you can't have you not all the phones have a chip on the phone to prevent the token numbers from ever being exposed elsewhere. So because like the V10, even though it has a fingerprint scanner, it can't utilize that technology um, in order to pay on Android Pay. So that I think is Android Pay's biggest weakness is security. It's one of the reasons why I personally won't put anything but a gift card on Android Pay, just because it doesn't have tokenization hardware. I'm not. I wouldn't trust it. I've gotten my credit card information stolen 3 times. Now tokenization, I would easily trust for because of Samsung Pay, and that's just because my number every time I swipe my credit card will be a different number, so that no one can steal my information. For instance, a lot of people ask me, email me actually, like, "Hey, aren't you concerned about hackers stealing your information on your when I use Samsung Pay?" First of all, I did try to avoid having the numbers exposed at all. But secondly, what I did was that I made sure to really only kind of show the side part, which allowed them access to that token number. But that token number is now worthless because I have a different token. So that again is a lot of the differences and why it's more secure with Samsung Pay. Now LG could do something like that, and I believe that's what they're going to do. They're going to do GPay, having more security than Android Pay. But there's a big problem with that, and that is how many phones does LG sell? And the second part is LG can't have MST technology, which Samsung owns the patents on. For those of you who don't know what MST technology is, it's simply the technology that allows you to pay at any credit card machine. So it's one of the reasons why Samsung Pay is more secure, or not more secure, sorry, more useful than Android Pay or Apple Pay, simply for the fact that I can go to any credit card machine, tap it, and it works. I don't have to have NFC. I don't have to have any of, like, oh, do you accept this here? No, none of. I've never been to a store that they knew they accepted Samsung Pay yet, but I just tap it and it works. So, and they're just always like, oh, okay then. Like, oh, okay then, that just happened. So yeah, that's the main thing. I do recommend if any of you have either an iPhone or a Samsung, you shouldn't be using your Samsung Pay or Apple Pay a lot more than you swiping your regular credit card because it is more secure than swiping your credit card. People can steal your information right away with that. They can't when you use those two mobile payment systems. All right. Sorry I went on that rant, but yeah, I don't see. I really look. I will be impressed if LG can really do something that differentiates themselves, because as of right now, I don't see what they could do that will separate them from Android Pay or from Apple Pay. With Android Pay, obviously the benefit is all Androids work with it, right? Apple Pay, obviously, it uses Apple's ecosystem, and almost any bank is compatible with it, and you can use it any NFC terminal, just like Android Pay can. But it's more secure. With Samsung Pay, you have the best of both. It's operational on every S6 and up, but you can use it at any credit card swiper. So those are the three different differentiators between the three mobile payment systems. What would LG really have to bring? They could of course bring another more secure level than Android Pay, but other than that, I don't know what else they could really offer that would differentiate themselves from that. I only use bitcoins. Nothing is safer. There's a lot to be said about that. That's a whole geek topic, though, so we will not get too much into the bitcoins thing. It'll really, I mean, it is so hard for a currency to take over everything. I mean, think about that. That is the ambition of Bitcoin, to replace all currency exchange, like to completely replace it. I think that's insane, right? Like all the world would use one currency. There's no more currency exchange. There's no more anything. Very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Could it happen? I think we are more than 50 years to potentially 100 years between that ever completely replacing currency. Um, and I literally mean completely, like that will be the only thing to be used. You have so many loops to go through, so many things, just a whole nother thing. But yeah. All right, guys. Let me know any other questions you have. Just put them down in the comment section. In the meantime, I will tell you what I'm always talking to you guys about: every new thing that we have coming out. So for one, we did get the iPad Pro in here, and I'm really kind of debating what tablet it should go up against. Should it go up against the Tab S2 because that's kind of like another work horse kind of style? Should I get a Surface Pro 4 for the studio to actually show, the two computer replacement tablets? I've really been debating on this and which one we should have in the studio. What do you guys think? Is there one tablet that you would really want to see the iPad Pro go up against, be it Android or Microsoft? Is there one tablet you really want to see that one go against? Let me know in the comments right now. Another one is that we did get a new camera in the studio, and this will be the camera that looks like I will be using for the foreseeable future. And it's a really, really amazing camera. It's called the G7, and it is probably the best compact system camera out right now that has a mic input, so you can hear me better than what you can hear built in right now. So really great camera. We're going to be using it. I love a lot of things about this one. If you are in the market for a small compact camera, this is really good and something that I have really liked after filming only a few videos with it. I actually filmed all of my mainstream movie guy videos from this weekend on it, so make sure to check that out. I just reviewed the night before comedy movie that just came out, as well as the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 on my mainstream movie guide channel. So make sure to check that out. What other stuff do we have coming out? We do have the Galaxy View. That one we are getting tomorrow, so we'll start filming on that this week, and that's going to be really interesting because I don't know if my recording area is literally big enough for this Galaxy View. I think it's really interesting. Can't really compare it to anything because there's nothing really comparable to it. So yeah, it's really interesting. But we're gonna be reviewing the Galaxy View. That's Samsung's like portable TV thing. But yeah, that's all we have coming on right now. We have all the comparisons from the Nexus coming out this week as well. So stay tuned for all of that, guys. All right. Doesn't look like you guys have any other comments. I will refresh it just in case it got stuck or anything. But it doesn't seem to be any more comments, at least this time. Okay. But yeah, guys, that's all the stuff we have to come and look forward to. Those are all the things that are coming down the pipeline. And yeah, we will be announcing, by the way, our Christmas giveaway or holiday giveaway, whichever belief you have. We will be doing our giveaway. Um, Probably. Let's see. We will announce our giveaway. You know what? Let's announce it 1 week from today. We're going to announce on the 29th. Next Sunday, we will be announcing the next giveaway. As always, our giveaways are going to be announced at the Mainstream Movie Guide channel, so make sure to subscribe to both so that you get our giveaway announcement. Yeah, we'll announce it on the 29th, and I think we'll give away the prize. Um, Give away the prize probably on the 18th, but I'll figure that out more. But we're going to be giving away multiple prizes this year. I got 1, 2, 3 prizes to give away this year. So hopefully you guys will enter in, and hopefully I'll make some of your Christmases a little happier. Because yes, you will be getting some really nice gifts, and I hope you enjoy them. All right, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Please give a like, thumbs up down below, and I will see you guys next week when our giveaway is announced. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.